Good afternoon. This is John Garcia along with Frank Salinas. Hey, Frank, how are you?
Good. How you doing, John?
All right, man. Awesome. If I would be doing any better, I'll be you, right? All right. By the way, Frank, you just muted your mic. So we just couldn't hear you loud. Now you're unmuted. Awesome. All right. So, guys, welcome to the episode number 7 of how to build your GrooveKart store really simply. So that's awesome. Thank you for being here today. We're going to be starting episode 7. I believe last night I couldn't make it, so Daniel Bradshaw from our designing team was with us. So and with Frank, and I know he brought a lot of experience as far as of certain things in design, and he's always fun to have around. So shout out to Damien. Today we're going to do a couple of cool things. Today we're going to be working with our product page and along categories and other stuff that is going to be pretty interesting. So Frank, how's everything, man?
Listen, I'm good. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I am excited to maybe at the end give y'all a little preview of, maybe not a preview, but let you know what's coming. That's pretty much ready. It's just a matter of they're doing some battle testing, and I'm gonna let you know a little bit about that. I'm excited for that part. And let's just say hi real quick. Maybe give everybody a minute or two to get on here. Hello, Coach Ryan. Where are you guys coming from? Alejandro, we got Rick, we got Aisha, we got Vincent, we got Affiliate Strategy Tools, whoever that is. I think I know who that is, but hope you're doing good. And let us know where you're tuning in from, where you're watching from. We're going to start going back into the builder here in just a second. And this is training number 7, continuing our series on how to get started with GrooveKart from the ground up. GrooveKart is growing. GrooveKart is evolving. GrooveKart is improving. So we're going to keep on doing these things. And eventually, our goal for you is we're going to have soon. I'm pushing by end of quarter, 15-minute setup for one product, and that's from the time you set up by logging into your dashboard, from the time you have it connected to your payment, your logo, your product. We're pushing for a 15-minute setup so that you can get up and running quickly. The site loads fast. The process, we were on a meeting today, right, Mr. Garcia, on improving the product setup. I mean, it's the things we got going on. I get pumped up, and I'm here to help preach the gospel of GrooveKart. And I'm gonna disappear off camera. John's going to talk, and I'm gonna get set up as far as what you're gonna see. We're gonna start off in the builder. So if you want to, you can follow along or look around. But we're gonna be looking at my cat swag in the builder, and we're gonna get started in just a second. I'm gonna remove myself while John touches base on a couple of things.
All right, perfect, Frank. Thank you very much. Yes, as Frank said, guys, we are actually growing with the changes. And when I say growing with the changes, is we're actually expanding the way that GrooveKart is going to work for you guys. And I want to say hi to a couple of people here. Hey, Christian, how are you? Dwight, hope everything is all right. Jackie, how you doing? So, guys, yes, as Frank was saying, we actually had a very long meeting this morning because we are looking at the next year, pretty much the next couple of quarters, as well as future down the road. And exciting things are coming up. One of them is we want to make sure that the actual app, when it comes to GrooveKart, is more cohesive. It's actually working along another parts of the application, another tools. With that, a couple of changes will happen again in the actual way that the navigation works, or how the UX is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be extreme, but it's going to be less convoluted. It's going to be less complicated. It's going to be more simpler. And at the end of the day, is going to improve a lot of the things that right now, as you might have experienced, we're actually suffering from, which is the speed of the couple of the speed issues, loading times. So all those things are actually being improved and being upgraded. So if you happen to be working with your star, and if you happen to experience maybe that is hanging, is delaying, is because our developers are actually making it better. So hanging there with us, because it's coming. Big things are coming, as we announced at the beginning of the year. Well, we're still in January, but Frank mentioned a couple of integrations which are really happening. So it's going to be really exciting. And we appreciate everything that you guys are building. And I know sometimes, I believe it's in Wednesdays or Thursdays, or social media manager, they said show us our GrooveKart. So we want to make sure that you guys show us your GrooveKart. Make sure that you put your products and you put everything that you have worked on. So Frank, I said to assume that we're ready. So
Yeah, I think
let's
so.
get to it.
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, and you can hear me, right?
Yep, we can hear you. You haven't
Okay.
unmuted yourself, so that's
So
awesome.
we're gonna go in here, and I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna rock and rolling. And then last time, John, just to let you know, for some reason it happened to me and Damien. I went to share my screen, and then we missed audio. So just keep in mind, in case you don't hear me, something's going on. So then I'll have to unshare and then share again. So
No
I'm gonna
worries.
test it right now.
I got your back, man. No worries.
All
So
right, all right.
let's try it.
Let's try it. Okay. All right. Add the stream, and then you tell me if you can see the builder.
Yeah, everything is fine. The builder is online, so we're all set. And yeah, actually, when that happens, I was driving and I was trying to text you, but I said if I text you, it's going to be another distraction. So I don't want to distract you anymore.
Yeah, luckily Simone was there. She hopped in. She helped me. We got. I was trying to think quick on my toes, and I saw Damien was in the audience. I said, "Let's get Damien on here," and he helped me out because for the life of me, I could not remember how to make this look good as far as spacing, so that we could show the beautiful faces of our mock-up models in here. So this is the homepage. As you can see here, we touched up to where I wanted to make sure we saw the faces of the models in the mock-ups and showcase everything, because John Garcia's touched base on this a little bit where he doesn't like it. I don't like it either. When we have mock-ups and the people's faces cut off, this, I don't know, something just doesn't make me feel right. Especially we're talking about cats. This is supposed to be like a fun site. This is for people that love their feline friends. So we wanted to have a warm, fun feeling. And to me, I'd rather see our models' faces versus something that's cut off and not showing. So,
and not only that, Frank, but you have to remember something, that whenever you have your branding, you want to make sure that branding is the first thing that comes to mind. So if you can use it creatively in your product, just make sure that you don't kill your branding either. So just when you're using, in our case with my cat swag, we want to make sure that the tags and the actual apparel shows properly. But if you allow me to share my screen for just a second, I gotta show you an interesting case, actually, that I'm working on. This is one other store here. Let me just get back to StreamYard here. Let me share my screen. Let me select the right screen. I want you guys to pay attention to this, and because it's quite interesting, because I was working with one of our customers, and this is a very unique product. And what we're trying to do, and I'm going to ask the audience because this is key. I placed the icon, his logo, in a very specific place, and I did it with one intention only. And I'm going to ask the audience if they see exactly why did I place the icon right here in the middle of the page and not the actual text. Anybody from the audience? I'm gonna give out 20 to 30 seconds.
We'll see. Somebody comment.
Well, I got alert. So, what do you guys think I kept the item in two places in this specific product?
I can guess. Let's see. It's the deer's heart. Look at that. Somebody said Joe Rodriguez, Target, branding.
Right. Exactly. And you guys are missing the bigger picture, because this is what I use a lot when it comes to the products that I actually kind of work with. This is the product, right? And let me, Frank, I'm going to just make us disappear for a second here, because people can actually, or our audience can actually take a look at this. You guys see where the actual scope is pointing? It's pointing right to the logo.
Yeah.
So it actually creates this vision in your mind. It just creates that, okay, oh, look, it just that little things is those little subtle changes or subtle things that you can do in your branding to make it stand out. And when I was working with Jim in this website, and probably he's with us today, but it's a very interesting product because it's a night vision scope camera, and he had a lot of stuff in there. But what I wanted to do was like, hey, Jim, let's just change a lot of the things here, because we're working with fasting images, with loading times. So we did a lot of changes, and part of the changes were okay, let's just make sure that the image causes more curiosity. Like, okay, this is kind of cool. So how do we make sure that people pay attention to your brand? Make it creative, and then you make it simple. Just a couple of things in the product, more descriptions. Make sure that your call to actions are big enough for them to see them, and order. So I know this site is going to do really great. So if you're any hunter out there, go to scopehunter.com. So take a look at it. But I wanted to bring that point about creativity first before we go to the actual page creation for a simple reason. We can do this in every single page. We can drop those little hints where people will remember our brand. And those are the little nuggets that I'd rather offer you guys whenever we're working on something, because those are the really points that make a difference, that make a difference when you're trying to sell something. Creativity. So think about that. And now, Frank, let me just kill my screen and you can show yours, and
All
let's
right.
jump right straight up to the actual page. But take a look
All
at that
right.
page, scopehunter.com.
That's a nice little site. It looks very like he's ready to make money. He's ready just to
It's fast.
convert.
That was the intent, and this is what we're looking at, and this is the process. And he said, "Hey, I watch you every day. I mean, every Tuesday with Frank." And we started to work this, and I know Gene for a couple of years, so it is good to have that ability to touch base with our client base so we can actually help them better, because not everybody's selling the same products. So use those little things that you have seen in different places, in different trainings, so you can actually use them for your own store in the future. So Frank, I see the
All
product
right.
page. That's amazing. So let's go.
All right, perfect. So here's the homepage. Damien graciously helped me in a tight spot when I was having. I could not for the life of me remember how to do what we're showing here, where we can see our models' faces, and I just think it makes the site feel better. And I'm going to do one thing. As you can see, over the training series, we've been editing stuff like this and trying to keep it fun and light. And as you can see, it's all related to cats. So we have when you're building out your site, I've already I kind of do it from top to bottom, left to right when I'm working in on my store. And so as you can see here, right now, I know I need I'm thinking forward. I need a shirt, a hoodie that has the cat mama on it. So I got to check. I got to make sure I have that one. I need the one that says cat hair is my glitter. That's two, right? And then I need another one that's going to say cats are my favorite people. Why? Because I've already created these mock-ups. And so this front page, the home page, to me is pretty much well done. I think right before we go live with ads, we might just do a once over, looking at all pages to see if there's anything we can spot. Maybe we'll make it interactive where we have some of you in the comments leave us maybe ideas that maybe we can tweak. Only thing I'm going to do a little bit, I'm going to right now just show you. I'm going to make this a little darker, okay? And so, John, you let me know if you can see the builder.
Yep. Right now we're looking at the builder. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to select the one column. You can see I'm working in the right section because you can see the image here. And then I see the overlay opacity, right? And so that makes it lighter. So I'm going to make it a little bit darker. That's too dark. I just want that yellow to pop a little bit more, okay? So I'm just going to save, and I'm going to see what happens here. And I'm just going to go here. What I always do, I have the site actually open in another tab, and then I can just refresh quickly. So, I mean, as you can see there, to me, I feel that feels better because that yellow pops to me. What do you think, Garcia? What do you think?
I think the idea is great.
Yeah.
Making it darker will definitely make it pop up. And you got two things going for you. Yellow, black, and white are the predominant colors.
Yeah.
So just make sure that you use them wisely throughout the site. And what I would probably recommend as well is if you center that shop now button and make the text bold.
All right. Let's see.
I
See. Look at
I
this. Like
think
this.
there you go.
Okay. And then you're saying bold, right? The button.
Yeah,
Okay.
just the actual text in the button, just make it a little bit bolder, you know?
Let's see. How about that?
Perfect. You see what happened now, guys? I mean, it's a little bit more visual, is more visible, is centralized, and it goes along with the ergonomics. Ooh, did you save it? Oh yes, it's saving. So perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
So as
now,
you see, yeah, it pops. And just that one little thing, I can see how you're saying it kind of lines up with the logo. How the logo has that thick, bold lettering. To me, it goes along with the same feel, right?
exactly.
And
And not only that, but it brings out the colors. It brings out also the background, believe it or not, because it has a mixture of everything. It has the cat mama logo, it has the cat mama message, and it keeps along with the actual tone of the actual logo on top, yellow and black.
there you go. And I don't know, something about the store makes me smile. I don't have cats. I've had cats in the past. So hopefully when we start driving visitors to this, maybe I'm thinking we'll have some people that love something. Remember, your products, if they can make the people say, "Oh my God, I have to have that," or "Oh my God, that's so me," then chances are you're going to make sales. So, and we're going to keep it simple. This is the cat niche. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. I wrote it down at one point, but it's, I think, over 40 million people in the United States have cats.
Yeah,
So plenty of
yeah,
space.
we spoke about that, and it was 42 million cat owners, and
Yeah,
I believe 38 million of those actually are female. So
there you
those
go.
are the demographics that you need. You need a large demographic because we shouldn't believe about saturation. Oh, the
No,
market is saturated.
no,
No,
no.
not really. I mean, coming from experience when we discover or passion through print on demand and digital commerce and e-commerce, we understand that there might be challenges, but overcrowding or market saturation, and those are two things that is definitely an impossible. I mean, there's never going to be a market saturation. I mean, and we'll always have better opportunities, better designs, better products. So think about that, guys,
Yeah,
especially
and
for the love of cats.
yeah, and I've heard, I don't know who I heard it from first, but I totally agree. They said if you think the market is saturated and you think there's too much competition, then you definitely should give it a shot and enter that market, because that means at least you have the thing going for you of the fact that people want that. You have the demand. So and who wins? Sometimes it's just who spends the most money advertising, really, right?
Exactly.
Dan Kennedy said, I forgot, I'm paraphrasing, but basically, whoever spends the most money to gain the customer wins. And I don't know exactly the quote, how it goes, but basically, whoever can spend the money the most to get the customer, and they keep on doing that, eventually you're the one that's out in front winning, because you've you've cut through the fog. You decided you're going to do what you got to do to get the customer, and then we know, all of you watching as well as everyone else, whoever, once you get a customer, it's so much easier to get them to buy from you again than it is for you to, that, you know, when you first get that person as a customer. So
Yes.
so always keep that in mind when you're building out your store. Once you start launching, once you start going live, how can I have my customers come back so that they buy more stuff? Because if you're putting smiles on their face or solving a problem, then why wouldn't you want them to keep buying stuff from you? You don't want them
Right.
one and done. You want them to keep buying. So think about this. There are very passionate pet owners, whether it's a cat, a dog, or an iguana, whatever. There's a section of that market that are totally passionate. So people, I mean, you could come up with, I mean, we could sit here and probably come up with 10 new designs a day for probably a month, and still go another month with 10 new ideas for designs when it comes to
And look, and because it is so incredibly huge the amount of information that you can get, that you can actually collect for your business. As you said, sitting here throwing ideas will be great, because not only is the main core product, which is, I love cats, for example, but
Mhm.
when you use current events,
Yeah,
current personalities, and you mix it to the whole situation, to the whole creative process, then you definitely have a win-win situation. And another way to actually make sure that your customers buy from you again is by giving them an easy experience. So Frank, let's just jump to the
yeah,
product,
let's
shall
go.
we?
So this is the homepage. We got everything going. We're not really going to touch base. In the replays, you can go back and see how we work. These items here will be replaced with live products once we get those going. And you see we edited all this stuff. Everything's pretty good to go here. So we're going to go to the product page. So I'm going to go into the admin dashboard real quick. And let's go here and we're going to go visit the product that we set up. And we're going to show you what it looks like right now. And then we're going to go into the builders to edit how the product page looks like. So we're going to go with this one. Home is where the cat is. I believe that's what it says.
Yes.
So right off the bat, just going here again for the first time since last time. Off the top of my head, I would say this is not congruent because of the blue. That's what I would think, right?
Correct.
And then this blue here is not congruent either. The button, I mean, green is good. So we can decide here while we're doing this, John, and this is why we're doing this, guys, so you can see our thought processes. So this will help you too when you're building out your stuff. So Damien was on here helping us with his insights and his expertise doing everything he's been doing from the get-go with design, with GrooveKart, and even before that, making his own stores and doing it for clients and things like that. So to me, you can either go with the green button or you can make it something different. So we're going to touch base on that. But this is what the product page looks like right now. From the last time, I remember in the training, I set this up, and then what will go here is reviews, and then what will go here also is the recommended products. So we're going to tweak all of this right now. I'm going to go into the builder, and then let's go here, and we're going to go to product page, product layout with bumps, and just want to touch base. We have better looking bumps coming soon for product pages. So you'll be able to add a bump and customize it more and do a little bit more stuff with the bumps that we have for the product page coming soon. And then hopefully before we go for today, I'm going to touch base on a couple little things that are coming to be excited about. So what I would do is this is what I'm going to do. And then John, jump in at any point in time. I'm going to take away
Frank, I'm going to jump before you even start.
Perfect.
You know why? Because I think that in order for us to understand the dynamics of the software properly,
sure,
let's just talk about the product page area. Because right now what we're looking at, guys, is just the whole area where you have the different options, because you do have options to present your products. Right now, we have 5 different templates that were actually redesigned with some elements just for one purpose, to make sure that it's a simple step. However, since we're talking about optimizing the store, we need to understand what are those 5 different pages. And as you can see, there are 5 links on the left side. One of them is the product layout menu, number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And whenever you click in those links, you're going to see different experiences. So you see, for example, that has the checkout. When you click on the number 5, everything shifts from one side to the other. And those are actually options that you guys have in order to maximize your speed. Once you're creating something, if you find that template is something that, okay, my product goes along with what I'm trying to offer, let's use this one. Yes. But in this case today, we're going to modify one of them, which is kind of the most simpler one, because we understand that we also need to learn how to customize a page, because you can create your own checkout, your own product page. You can delete every single one on one of the pages and then rebuild it from the ground up and add the actual elements yourself, add the pictures, add the videos, add the variants, the colors, the sizes, the quantities, all that stuff. You can actually edit it and change it however you please, because at the end of the day, it's just customizing. So now, sorry, Frank, about jumping on that, but I think it was important to explain, because once, especially your new users that are actually jumping in, when they go in there, okay, where did Frank change that page? What was the actual page that he changed? What was the name of the? So, and we're going to show you how to rename it. So, because here's the deal. Along with these 5 elements, and along with these 5 pages, remember, you can give a different experience according to the product. So let's say for t-shirts, you want to have a certain model, a certain situation, a certain template, let's just call it that way, with certain colors. But then for the hoodies, you want to add something else, maybe an extra an extra image, or maybe a video, or maybe an extra function that will help your customers. And we will talk about that in a second. But have in mind that you have those options. Have in mind that you have those 5 templates on the product pages right off the bat for you to use. And right now, Frank, what he's going to do is we're going to customize one of those to make sure that they go along with the page that we have built and what we just showed you earlier in the homepage.
Yeah,
So, Frank.
and here I was, while you were talking, I was just playing around. I made a sample. I made a new one like you suggested, and as you can see here, I just made a new product page layout. And then, as you can see, we have a little message saying it's missing elements. But I was just showing while John Garcia was talking that you can go here. I made a new one. I just hit use template, and we have some cool little templates like
Oh, yeah.
John was saying that give you ideas. Like, hey, you know what? I kind of like this layout. Let me go with this one. And look at this: free shipping, support. All of these have different aspects that you might like over one of the others. Okay, and all you got to do is select it. Like, give me an example. Let's say sports. I select sports and I hit the check mark, and look, it just automatically changed it up a little bit. Let's do print on demand. I click on it. I hit the check mark. Boom. You see that? So these are here built in. And how did I get there? let me just do it one more time. I made product page layout, and then I rename it. So let's just say I'm going to call this number 2. I'm just going to call it 2. So this is the second one I'm making right now on the fly. And there I have it, right? And it has do not save. Nothing there. And then I can do what? Use a template and watch. Let's say I want to do the lashes one. I select it. I hit the check mark. And look, I got a little idea of a product layout that I can use, right? And say, nah, I don't want to use that one. Let's go with GrooveKart number 5. Let's see what that is. So you can make a new one and play around with it and see if you like the layout better than something else.
And not only play around, but also find out if it's something that you as a consumer will actually spend time browsing to buy your own product. So you can actually play around with the elements, change the colors. Like, for example, I love that one. I mean, I noticed
I
that
kind of dig it too. Yeah.
because it's just a matter of changing the color of the icons, and it will bring out pretty much the advantages of buying from us, from your store, instead of the competitor. Free shipping, support 24/7, and it also, of course, depends on what are your capabilities. If you're offering that, put it in there. If you don't offer 24/7 support, don't mention it. Be
Yeah.
always truthful, guys. That is
Yeah.
the biggest reason why e-commerce and a lot of people out there take advantage of that, because they offer things that they might not deliver. So at least let's just be careful with that. But you can play with a lot of the templates. And as you can see, as Frank just demonstrated, it's very simple to create. It's actually very quickly to create. And it will actually help you to save a lot of time, because let's say you have a store with 30 to 35 products, and you want the t-shirts to have certain experience and your hoodies to have certain experience. But then you decided to, you know what, let me connect some electronics here. Let me just probably connect some of the phone cases. The phone cases might not come necessarily with sizes. So you don't need that experience. You don't need that size selector. You just maybe need the color or the style. So in this portion of the page creation, you have to use a sequence. And I think I do have that sequence somewhere here in my computer. I'm going to put it out there. And I
Yeah.
promise I'll have it for next session. So how to effectively create a buying process is what we call the buyer journey. From the moment they get to the page, to the home page, what is the logical next step they're going to take? And within that step, in that page, what objectives you have in order to make sure that they push that sell button. And as Frank is playing around, as you can see, you have the actual color, you can play with the textures, you can play with the fonts. There's a lot of things that you're going to play with. Recommendation on these guys: do not get yourself too hung on that. Whenever
Yes.
you're creating a
Yeah.
store, pick, just like we did, pick 3 colors. Our colors are yellow, black, and white. So that's the colors that we're gonna put. Because I have seen cases where a lot of our students, they decide to pretty much take the long approach to the way that the store looks like. and they forget about functionality, and they just are more into the whole way that the page looks like. And
Yeah.
to a point, you're starting the speed. I mean, money loves the speed. Don't forget that. So the faster that you can release it, the better.
Yeah, and John touched on something. 3. I like the number 3. Don't go more than 3. No more than 3 colors that are in common to the theme. No more than 3 colors for the scheme, for the layout. No more than 3 upsells. No more than 3 is a good number. You know, when it comes to a lot of stuff, when it comes to your store and marketing and things like that. Because you start adding more and more stuff, then you add on more things that you have to worry about, more difficulty. And then sometimes if you have something that's multicolored, I mean, it might not look the best. You know, sometimes the stores that convert the best are the simplest, you know. So always keep that in mind. And you don't know until you put things to the test, of course. So you definitely got to put your money where your mouth is and test, you know.
Yes.
And so while John was talking, I was just playing around, and you can see while he was talking, I made this red and this green. I mean, so you can play around with these layouts. You're not going to break nothing. I recommend making a new one and do what I did, so that these stay here by default, so that you can have them kind of like as a default go-to to tweak and go from there. You know,
Yes.
so, and
And
coming soon is cloning ability for this.
awesome. I
Coming
was
soon,
about to
you get a
mention
clone. Yeah,
it. You
yeah,
stole the thunder, but it's okay. So, and guys, another important factor here is make it usable. And right now, what we're going to talk with Frank is how to make it as creative as possible, but also as enticing as possible for your visitors to actually buy the product. So, Frank, which you're going to stay with number one, or you're going to go with
yeah.
number
I'm gonna
three?
use the product. I'm gonna use number 1 just because that's my go-to. That's what I'm usually used to, just editing and tweaking. And we showed the audience how to make a new layout. So you're welcome to go do that. I typically just get right to it and start editing the product layout with bumps. And the good thing is soon we're going to have the ability to clone, so that we can make a certain little tweak. Because I know some of you probably experienced this, where you want just a slight variation and you're like, oh, I got to recreate and make all those changes. Well, we heard you. We heard your voices. We heard it. And we're making those things to where you can be able to clone this layout once you like it and get it the way you want.
Awesome. And so let's just start starting this page. So
Yeah.
right now, since we're going to be working on that, I think what I like about this page the most is order today to receive free shipping. You will always have to
Yeah.
have something that rings the bell for the customer, especially in print on demand, because in the same page that we talk about saturation, you got to talk about separation. And these are two words that I want you guys to be really mindful of: saturation and separation. Saturation is the market that you're going into, because in your mind, you already have the saturation mindset. Oh, nobody's going to buy from me. I got a lot of stuff here. But then you have the separation aspect of it. You can separate your store out of everybody else.
Yeah.
So, first thing first, always have some sort of message at the top of your page that entices the sale. Order today to receive free shipping. We don't know when the customer is going to go into the store, but if they see order today, that creates what? The FOMO,
Yeah.
the fear of
Urgency.
missing out, the
Yeah.
urgency. So you want to have that apply there. Of course, you're going to have your branding. We have a pretty well. It's round, it's big, it's prominent. And then something that I will probably remove, Frank, and this is me
Mhm.
personally, I believe is there are 4 people viewing this product with you.
Perfect. Okay. No
You know
problem.
why?
Sure. Hit me. Why?
Loading speeds.
Yes. And I'm going to show you
So
real quick before we remove it, guys. If you want to keep this, all you do is you select it, and it's the product's viewers, right? This kind of makes people feel like, oh, wow, there's people here looking at it. It kind of adds to the social proof. It adds to the FOMO. It adds to the making it feel like it's alive, kind of. So when you click on this, you can go to settings, and you can do whatever, right? You can move this, and then you see how that number is changing. I never really did that big. I just made it seem more believable, and I would go something like this, between 100 something, or you could go like, 60 something to, something like this. It's very, I mean, you can do it to where it feels very authentic. It feels very nice. And in my case, if I were to keep it, John said, let's remove it. I would make the background black to match the yellow, white, and black theme we got going on. But that's how you would do it. But I agree with John. Let's remove it. We're gonna do our best to keep this simple, lightning fast, not a bunch of direct response stuff with timers or anything like that. When it comes to that, I'll show you where it can be done and things like that. So that if you want to do it, you can. So I'm going to remove this, right? And then I'm going to hit save. And then real quick, I'm going to go here. I'm going to close this, go back and refresh. And so now we have that, okay? And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going back to the builder. Oops, here we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this all the same. And actually, I'm going to remove the word was. So watch, this is why I do it. John Garcia might do it a different way. I just delete it, okay? And then I go the old price, the label. Now I remove it, and I'm going to make everything black. John may do it a different way, but in this case, for this training, if I decide to put anything back, it would be all black. And I'm just going in line with the thinking of everything's black, yellow, and white. And I'm just going to verify everything's the actual black. And then to me, now, if I save this, they see the item crossed out as far as the pricing. When I refresh, there's no pricing there because we have not added the compare price yet in the product.
In the product.
But it will show up once we do this. So next thing I will do, take a look at this. I'm going to make this, see how this is like a purple, blue, dark looking color? I'm going to make these black so that when we hover, it's black. And then we're going to tweak this a little bit. And then, John, I'm going to see if you agree. I'm going to make that buy button be like the home page. So hang on. Let's see. What was the home page buy button? It was this yellow, right?
Yep.
I'm going to make it same color. So I'm going to go here to the builder. And then, oh, where'd it go? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is see how these are right here for the product variants. I'm going to go into settings, and you see it has this color, right? So I'm just going to change this to black, and then let's see. You see how that? I mean, to me, it's just going along with the color scheme. All right. Now, if I wanted to do the background, maybe I get the yellow, right? So remember, like we told you last time. There's a color picker Chrome extension that you just install, and then it'll give you the color. So I'm just going to click on it, and now I got that code saved to my clipboard, I should say. And then we're going to go here, and I'm just going to change that. So let's click on this, and I'm going to paste it here, and let's see if that does the job. Now that made the wrong one. I did the wrong one because I wasn't paying attention. So let's go back here. But now let's do the variation color here. And let's see if that's too loud. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna paste it here. And then if I save this, let's go review. So this is one of the things where I said you just have it open. Let me close this and then double check. So let's go. What do you think? Should we do it opposite, or are you digging this? Or are you not liking it, John? What do you think?
I'm digging it to a point because I believe that should be the yellow probably could be on the letters,
Okay,
but have another color as a background. And
maybe let's put it back to gray. Maybe because I think maybe it's too much, right? To me.
Yeah, yeah. It's because the background, since the background is white, when it just clashes.
Yeah.
With the soft color. So I think that for the button itself, let's try the darker button. Let's just probably see a dark gray with some elements of yellow in the text.
Okay.
And see how that looks. And by the way, guys, we're actually just showing you the functionality. With this interaction, we're trying to tell you that you don't necessarily have to follow certain patterns that we are doing. I mean, you have the free creative range to do what you think is the right way to go about and put it for your products, because maybe your logo is blue, you want to go with different tones of blues or greens. We're going here because we're trying to utilize as much as we can the editor to explain the process. But don't get hung on in colors because you see, now we're doing that. But you see, I think you see the change in yellow.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of just stands out a little bit because then it changes to white and black as a background.
Yeah, I kind of
And
dig
the
it.
and the only reason is because I would like to see the button in yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
the buy button should be in yellow, a little bit larger with
Yeah.
bolded letters, so we can mimic what we did in the front page.
Yeah.
Why? Remember, guys, the top of
And
mind.
green. Yeah. So
So
we're gonna
now,
do this, and then we're gonna. Oh, hang on, I did it.
no, that's the background.
Yeah. All right, and then we have bold, and then we're gonna do. Let me close some of these. We're gonna change this text also. I'm gonna go here to
Yes.
settings, and then where to go? Okay, that's good. I'm having a brain fart here. Where to go? The text itself. Oh, here it
Yeah,
is.
right there,
Okay.
right there.
So what do
Yeah.
you want it to say? Buy now, add to cart. What would you like to say?
No, none of that, man. We
Just
gotta
make
be
it fun.
creative.
You make it
No, we
fun.
have
Okay.
to exactly. We have to make it fun because remember, guys. And now, statistically, I had a meeting with Donna Fox, maybe eight or I would probably gonna say maybe a year ago, maybe around 8 to 12 months ago, and she showed me a page that are testing or were testing at that time different call to action buttons, and they were not using the buy now, the order now, because they believe that if you entice your visitors in a different way to generate not only curiosity but to order the product, that's a win for you. So I think in this case, Frank, I would love it to, for example, if look, meow now, that's one great way to say. But for example, even if it looks a little longer, say like, your car will love this, order now, or
Yes.
your car will love this. You're still thinking about it? Don't think about it. Order now. The button will be a little longer. That's why you can make it as smaller in size. But depending on you guys want the message to be, you can actually do it. And the prominent the button, the better. And some things that I want to do, guys, here is also don't forget one thing. And Frank, when you're checking that page again in the live in the live
Mm-hmm.
browser, once you save, I want you to do me a favor.
Sure.
Uh, can you just shrink that if you were looking at it from a mobile version? If you can separate it a little bit uh, and close it down a little bit more. If you were just like perfect, scroll down. You see what happens, guys, and this is exactly what I wanted to get to. What is the most prominent part of that whole page? And I would like to
Button.
ask that.
Oh, sorry. I jumped the gun.
Well, it's okay. We're actually here to that. You see, the colors are listed in buttons, of course, sizes, and then the full width of the button is what takes precedent. The button is the ones that actually just makes the more importance in this page. In the product page, right, the one step before the order, you see, your car will love this. Order now. Or let's say your wife will love this, your husband will love this, your son will love, depending on what product is it. If it's for a female or a male, use those little tricks. Use that little difference. Remember the separation factor. If you get used to separate yourself from the rest, if you use creativity, different colors, different situations, your store will resonate more with your visitors. And that's why, as Frank said earlier, you can have people to come back and, oh, I remember this store because they have the funny buttons and
Yeah.
funny sayings. So this is something that definitely we can use on this aspect.
So I want to touch base on this thing here. A lot of users might not know about this. When you click on the pictures for thumbnails and whatnot, we have settings here, and I'm going to show you my favorite setting. Okay, we have a couple of different ones. So we have right. That's that
Yep.
one. We have left, and then we have bottom, which is the most typical one, right? Then we have top. I haven't seen any stores use that. Okay, but this is my favorite. Now let me show you. Once I hit save, I turned it off. and then I hit refresh. And this is my favorite. There's less space being taken up. And we got the little dots, right? So people know when they see those dots on mobile, they know that they can move from picture to picture.
They can slide with their fingers. And
And
another good point that you brought in, Frank. Remember, in that specific functionality is one less element that you're bringing in. So
yes,
that will also factor
speed.
in the speed.
Yes,
Because
sir.
here is what we want to accomplish. Make sure that your page looks good. It doesn't look that it's just too convoluted, too crazy, because simplicity is the key. We're trying to separate ourselves from other merchants, from other stores, by doing a little bit tweaks creatively. And now, as we go down the page, now we're gonna go for the extra bonus offer, for the extra products, for our
Mm-hmm.
customers also look at this product, so which will be the upsells, which I know Mr. Frank Salinas, you're a master at upsells. So
Yeah, yeah. I love that aspect of it. Helping customers, helping clients increase that cart value. Make it from selling a $30 T-shirt to spending $100 by the time they're done. Or
that's
150.
right.
And
Now, Frank,
so,
oh, sorry, before you start,
yeah, go
because
ahead.
I think we have a couple of questions here,
Sure.
and I'm going to bring this one up. So let's just make a little parenthesis here. Uh, Mohammed Patel says, "Hey, Frank and John, why didn't you just put the group pages builder on GrooveKart? It would have been just easier and uniform across all apps rather than to learn the different builder on different apps." That is a great point to actually bring, Mohammed, and I'm going to tell you why not. When GrooveKart was born, it was just born as a single child. Let's just see GrooveKart as the redheaded stepson.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when Groove Pages was born, and with Groove Elements and the rest of the Groove products, we're trying to do that, and it's coming in the future. That is part of what I was mentioning earlier, that we're going to make sure that all the experience is uniformed in the way that the internal editor for Groove Pages might be. So it might not be exact the same, because remember, both apps have different capacities. Here, in this specific situation with GrooveKart, we have to separate it a little bit because it's a full e-commerce experience. With GrooveSell, you only have certain things of the e-commerce aspect. You don't have several products. You cannot just navigate into several things. You can create different steps for your funnel in GrooveSell, but in GrooveKart, you have now the options to do upsells, direct upsells, because you're dealing mostly with tangible products, with things that
Right.
you want to buy and take a look. So that's the biggest difference.
And you're talking about, you mean Groove Pages. You said Groove Cell. So Groove Pages. I believe he was talking about the editor, correct?
Correct. Yes,
Yeah,
and yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize. It's just I see
that's
those
crazy.
terminology
Only
in a
let it
bit
happen one
in a
more time, and then we'll have to ask you to leave. No, I'm
okay.
joking.
And you see
So,
on that aspect, my friend, we got a note says that said love guys. No worries, we'll be here all week.
yeah, so with
So
that being said, also there's a lot of stuff. There's features in Groove Pages that are not necessary in when it comes to e-commerce, and it's different versus your direct response person, you're a coach, you're a marketer. Some of the elements that we have and features we have, we do not need them in e-commerce. So, but it might be like John said, one day it'll be to where you won't be able to tell the difference. But the goal here is speed, getting up and running quickly, getting your store up, and then making it so that we don't confuse our users, and we make it so that anyone, no matter what their education level, can come in here and start their store and not be inundated with so many features, so many buttons, so many things to click on that they get what's the word? I would say overwhelmed, and they don't take action. So our goal
right,
is to help people take action. Now, let me show you something. I did this for the images. I like this feature. We actually just released this not even a couple of weeks ago, so that this was there before. Before it didn't have this feature. I forgot which part of it was not there anymore, but I like this one where you turn off the thumbnails because it takes up less space, and like John mentioned, there's less things loading in the background, which translate to a faster load time for you. And it's been proven time and time again, the faster the pages load, the better and higher the conversion. and you're looking always to increase the speed of your site when they land on it, so that you increase the probability of them taking action and buying. So here we have, you may also like, this was something we touched on before, and you could make it say customers also purchased, or related products, or you could say, we think you might like this. You may also like, and you could say many different things. So I'm just going with and I see, I did this last time and I didn't put everything. You may
And
also like.
and Frank, if you allow me, remember that is an H tag that you're using in that page. So don't forget
Mhm.
about the extra elements, because in this editor, within the editor and within the GrooveKart, you have the ability to add SEO. So
Yeah.
if you want to take advantage of that H1 or H2 that you're creating there, try to use it as a keyword. So
Mhm.
so you can say, you might also like, by said, customers from catswag.com also like, or other
Oh,
customers. So you can add the .com in your line, or you can add, or catswag. You don't have to add the .com, but you can say customers of catswag also like, or customers that looked at this product also like, you see, or cat owners also like. So
mhm.
you have to use the elements to your advantage. So if you have the option to actually have extra text, make sure it counts for your SEO. Make sure it counts towards the rankings, because we want to make sure that you run a website that is not only pretty, runs fast, but also is searchable, that people can actually go on Google and type in cat swag and boom, show there. So
You
consider
know,
all that, guys.
yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the titles, capitalize everything. So we're gonna put cat owner customer review. How about this? Cat swag customer feedback. For this, and again, guys, this is something you customize it. I'm gonna take away the dots, um, the period, I should say. Other cat owners also liked, and then this is going to show related products. Cat swag customer feedback will be showing reviews there, and then I'm going to hit save, and then we're going to go back and look, refresh, and then I want to make this bold here in just a second. The title of the product. So this doesn't show anything because we don't have the related products or anything like that yet. So what I'd like to do, just to give you an idea, I'm going to go into this product real quick, and we're going to add some dummy related products real quick, just so you can see what we're looking at. So I'm not a robot. That's hopefully the GrooveKart gods are working on our side. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to go into settings and pick related products, and I'm just going to say, let's see. These are sample products, guys. So when you first get started, we have some sample dummy products, and I'm just doing this so that we can have
Some recommendations there on that products
something to
page.
look at for you guys to look. So I probably get an error so that I didn't change the category, but hopefully it works. Okay, cool. So let's refresh. Okay, so now this gives me something to look at. So you can see the title. It's in here again for some reason. And there's no details because we have not added any details for the product. So, but that gives me, now I'm looking at what I need to do. So this, for whatever reason, I'm going to clone this, and then I'm going to delete this one at the top. And then let me just see. For some reason, this seems like it's not working. It's not in the right spot. So I'm going to refresh this real quick to see where I went wrong. Maybe I was going too fast last time. So this,
Yep.
now you see it lines up. You see that? And now it says other cat owners also liked, and then cat swag customer feedback. So now it's right. So now I could go in here and I could say, you know what? What's the strangest thing is, you see how this is not, it's showing the proper way, but in the builder, it's not. And I don't know if I did something wrong and I was going too fast last time, but let's just save that and then refresh. And then if not, what I'll do is, maybe I've been staring at the screen too much, and I'm going to pass you the baton. Are you logged in? Mr.
Yep. Give me a second. Let me just
Yeah,
go into my screen. Give me 1 second here so we can
sure.
take a look at this, and I'll
And
take
while
over.
John's doing that, so as you can see on this page, there's no details other than the title. And because we haven't added anything to the title. So with that being said, I just want you to know we have something secretly working in the background. Hopefully in the next 30 days or less, we're going to have a little template set up for Printful on the most popular products so that when you push these items from Printful, you'll be able to choose from a template. So let's just say we're selling this hoodie. Well, you're gonna have a hoodie template so that it'll have a size chart, it'll have item description ready to go, so you can save time on the manual setup of Printful. Now, why is that? Well, because Printful has a limited API, and they've decided with certain e-commerce platforms, if you're not Shopify, hey, they don't want to work too much with the API, and that's okay. We get it. Hey, business is business. So this is one of the reasons why we are reaching out to other vendors so that we can bring you other suppliers for print-on-demand products, so that you don't have to worry and only use Printful. We're going to bring in other suppliers that are going to be lower cost, so that means more profit for you, and those are coming down the pipeline. I know we keep telling you that, but it's not something you can just turn on. You have to work with the developers. You have to go look at the API documentation. We have to make sure that when it's set up, it works seamlessly, and we don't go live and then you're running into all these problems and you're running paid advertising and then freaking out because something's broken.
Right. And one thing to add, guys. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and when we're dealing with such a large enterprise of bringing up more,
All right,
and
we're
my
good.
camera probably is
There
frozen
we
for a
go.
second there. So when we have that many pages and that many products and that many companies wanted to do business with us, it's kind of hard to control all that. So patience is the key sometimes as well.
Yeah,
So
and with that being said, the builder, listen, we're trying in this training. I like simple. I've always been a student of Mike Filsame, one of our co-founders, and Mike has mentioned this man a lot. I've never met him in person. I've heard he's mean, but he's a genius. Dan Kennedy, you can
Dan
go buy
Kennedy,
his
yep,
book. You can buy his books. He says, "Keep it simple, stupid." So I
yep,
like to keep stuff simple. I learned from Dan Kennedy. A confused mind. Now I'm paraphrasing. A confused mind does not buy. So if you give him 17 colors and all these different things to look at, and you got a timer, and you got a pop up, and you got a this, and you got a that, man, the people just want to get out of there sometimes. So always keep that in mind. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work. And a timer here, or the thing showing that there's 70, 50, 75 people watching, that stuff works. But if you start adding on all these different aspects of scarcity and
yes,
FOMO and this and that, then it about to become too much. And then you're working against yourself, and you're increasing the load time, because everything is an element. And if it's an element, it takes time for that to load, and that brings the load time. It doesn't increase it; it hinders it and makes it heavier. And so you always want to try to stay light and nimble.
yes. Fast. Remember, fast is what the new standard is becoming. Now it's about the content and how fast that content is loading. So
Yes.
as Frank was saying, guys, let me just here now play with the editor a little bit, and let's just go to that page, to that product page that he was working on, just to make sure that everything was. I was actually the product page. I believe it was this one. And let's take a look. So it is actually loading. Yeah, AutoCAD ordinance. Yeah, so it is loading on the right side, Frank. So
Okay. It might have been just maybe for me. I haven't cleared my cookies in a while and things like that. So we'll
no
see.
worries.
Yeah, as long as we see the way we want it, that's good. And then I'm going to touch base on the builder in a little bit as John is talking in a second. I'm going to give you a
Cool.
little hint of what's to come.
And so, guys, I'm gonna take this next couple of minutes because it's already past the hour. So I'm gonna just talk about more questions because a lot of people are asking the questions right now. So Alejandro Rico says, "Why not select the product variation under the product element? It's optimized for both laptop screens and mobile screen." Yeah, that's one way to do it, Alejandro. Remember, there's 10,000 ways to skin a cat, so we can actually do that, and we're taking a look at the feedback. Part of the new IX and the new experience will be exactly that. Just kind of just putting some elements together to make sure that it is a faster process. So appreciate that. Now, this is a question that I've been thinking to try to see if we should do the demo, Frank, because at Do Sales, what will be awesome is to have the ability to have dynamic text on the order button, depending on the product.
Yeah,
Certainly, I mean that's another piece of feedback that we will definitely appreciate, because yes, you
I
can
like
have
that.
maybe buttons that changes if the customer do a mouse over, like, hey, order now, and it pops up or something like that. So
Order
it's
this
definitely
hoodie
something.
now. Order this V-neck now. Order these leggings now. Order these shoes now. Yeah, I like it. I like that.
Exactly. So that is something that we'll definitely consider. Remember, guys, all that feedback is processed in a way that we'll get it, we'll filter it. And if it's something that the whole community will appreciate and use, more importantly, we will definitely put it into discussion and maybe have that feature, because we have that done in the past. A lot of the new features that we have, for example, Printful was something that you guys wanted it. The stock management is there, is something that you guys wanted. So we're growing as we go along, but we're growing with your needs. So any opportunity that you guys have to share that, please do so with us here in the lives, or even with support. So that's something that we can definitely do for you guys. So appreciate the question, Abdul, and also Alejandro. And let me just tackle this question really quickly. Dean asks, how do you put the discounts and coupons on? I'm gonna just cover that in really literally 2 minutes. So
Perfect.
Dean, get paid a paper and pen, because I'm gonna tell you how to create a coupon really quickly. It's super simple, by the way, but let's do it. So
Yeah. And while you're talking, John, I'm gonna fire off some coupons I use on any store I launch. You ready?
perfect.
I give them. I like a 10% coupon just to have handy. I like a 15% coupon to have handy, and a 20%. And let me tell you where I use them. Sometimes I'll put it on the banner. Use use coupon code TY10. I keep it simple. Thank you 10 for 10% off today only. They don't know that tomorrow it's going to be there, right? Because what's the percentage rate of people that do not ever come back? I don't know the number right off the top of my head, but it's very high. So you got to strike while the iron is what? Hot.
Uh,
So you could make a 10% on first time visitors. And remember, 10% is what they get when they join your newsletter, guys. Don't forget that. Why wouldn't I get 10%? Why wouldn't I want 10% off if I join the newsletter, right?
right.
15% can be for maybe the thank you page. Thank you for your purchase. Please enjoy an extra 15%
But
off
exactly.
anything. And then maybe you do a 20% on an email. Maybe an email that goes out asking for a review 45 days later. Or
Awesome.
maybe or maybe you do it on the packing slip, guys. Do not forget to take advantage of the packing slip that goes out in Printful and in Tscape and in other apps that are coming. I ain't going to say all of them right now. They have the ability to customize those packing slips that go out. And guess what? You take advantage saying, thank you. We appreciate your business. Use coupon code in the next 3 days TY20 to enjoy 20% off your next order when you visit mycatswag.com. And that's printed on the packing slip that goes with your hoodie that went to the customer. Bada bing, bada boom,
It's
10%,
done.
15%, 20%. That's how I do it.
Awesome. And Frank, along with that, so Dean can actually have a little bit more clarity in how to
Sure.
create that coupon. So Dean, the way that you want to go to the coupon is you go to your product element right here, to your product icon, then you go to discounts. Once you click discounts, you're gonna see a new. So I just clicked it. So when Frank was talking, so you're gonna have here a button that says new. You click that button and you're gonna have this screen. It's gonna be 3 simple steps. And the first one is the name of the coupon. So I'm gonna just put 10% coupon. And if you want to have the description, okay, let's just put the description again, 10% coupon. Here is a great ability that a lot of people underestimate, is the ability to generate the codes for the coupon. So if you want to generate your own coupon, you can. You can just type, as Frank says, 10% off, for example, that's a coupon. Or if you don't want to have that, you just click generate, and a random coupon could actually just kind of just function and create and appear.
Yeah,
So
and
we're
that looks very official, very like, oh, it's special for me. It looks very
Exactly.
special.
That's something that I wanted to mention. So that is a more personalized approach, that, oh, that code looks like it's used for me. Now, a 10% off code is something more general. So that would be the code. Oh, if I can type the word off will be great. So now we're going to leave that. We're going to just click active and we're going to just take a look at the conditions. So the condition means what exactly do we want this coupon to do?
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to limit to all customers or a single customer? And this is here, the previous step of that generate code can actually be useful. Because let's say you send an email in your newsletter for your top 50 customers. And let's say you decided to start playing with big data and you gather their birthday or their anniversary day, depending on the product that you sell. And then you said, you know what? I'm going to send this specific customer this coupon. So you can create that via the user or an email. So let's say whatever the email is, let's say just test email. Or if you leave it blank, it goes for everybody. But that's the abilities of having a coupon code for very specific people. So if you want to leave it for a customer, you can do that. If you want to leave it for a group as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here also is how long you want that coupon to be active. You want that coupon to be active from this day, let's say January 2020, today, until, let's say, until February for 30 days. So that is the time range that that coupon will be functional. Now, here in the next step, you see minimum amount. That actually means that your customer will have to purchase X amount of dollars in order to activate that coupon. Generally, I don't like to do that because that's kind of cheating because you're going to tell them if you spend $100, then I'm going to give you 10 back. So that might be kind of misconstrued by a lot of your visitors. So I don't touch that. That's me personally. There's people out there using it successfully, but with a different little formulation. So in my case, I don't like to do it. So Frank, I don't know what
Yeah,
your
I
opinion
mean,
is on that.
I've seen it used at department stores like Kohl's. Spend $100, get 30% off, stuff like that, because they're trying to get you to spend a certain amount. And listen, people don't like to be sold to, but they love shopping, right?
Exactly.
So think about that. You can play around with it. I'm like John. I'm one of these guys. I'll make the coupon last 20 years, and I just tell them it lasts for the next 24 hours. You know
Right.
what I mean?
It's all about the speed, guys. All about the
Yeah.
speed. So you leave the quantity amount as 0. Then total available. How many coupons you want to give? You want to give 50? You want to give 100? You want to give 1,000 coupons? This is a key question, guys, because a lot of times, and this is a sin that I have seen several times with the people that I have actually consulted through the years. They tell me, John, how many coupons? I'm like, do it as you believe you can afford to do it. I had a case personally that the guy said, no, you know what? I want to give 1,000 coupons for a very specific product. Guess what? People start sharing that coupon, and he was expecting 200 sales. He got 800 sales, but it cost him more in the coupons. So
Mhm.
it is something that you got to consider. Play within your means. So if you want to do 50 coupons, let's just do 50. And here is a very important along the same lines. Here, you will always give it for one use only per customer. Why? People love to abuse the system, and that is human nature. That is human nature. The moment that somebody gives us a hand, we would like to take the little arm, and then whenever we already on their backs. So please, guys, always use one per user. Why is recommended? Because let's say you decide to use that coupon down the road, people can use it again. But if you allow them to use it 5, 6 times, yeah, you might be able to sell 5, 6 products right now, but then you will kill the whole concept of exclusivity. So this is an exclusive offer. So you just leave it to one coupon. Again, these are just opinions by personal experience as well as some other people that I have worked in the past. Now, the last portion, guys, is actually before I go, product selection. Let's say
Mhm.
you have a product that you want to give strictly that coupon for. So you click here the product selection and you select the product, and you see the number of products required to enjoy the discount, only one, and then you select the product. So we can add
You
a
can do
product.
specific, yeah. Or here's an idea, guys. So while John is talking, doing that. What if you say this week all hoodies, 50%?
Exactly.
Or and with the coupon code, or next week all T-shirts, or specific one like And these are dummy products, right? But you can go in here and do very specific, cool stuff, and sit here and think of your promotional calendar, and you can come up with all these little things.
Exactly. All those different products that you can offer. So this is something that you might want to try it. That's why we leave it here. If you don't want to try it, just don't check this box and don't go into that rabbit hole. Let's just go to actions. Now you can create here. This is now the meat of the coupon. So you want to offer a percentage, an amount, or just simply absolutely nothing. So always go with a percentage of your sales. The value, we said 10%. And then you apply it where? You apply it into a specific product or the full order. In our case, I think it's best always to apply to the order. Once you have all that done, you click save, and that's how you create a coupon. It took me a little longer. It took me more than 2 minutes because we went into really details and how the functionality is, in view that we have more questions, but this is how you'll see the coupon. And make sure that always this checkbox is actually marked as with a check mark, because if you click here, then if you click within the icon, or if you click on top of the icon rather, that means that it will be deactivated. So you'll see here deactivated in just a second. And
and that's something cool. Like, let's just say you made a boo-boo and you want to deactivate it real quick. Just come in here and hit it, and boom, it's off. So
Dane, I hope that the small kind of presentation on how to create a coupon actually is useful for you. You can actually see the replay. So now, Frank, let's keep moving along. We have a lot of other stuff that we need to cover, and we do have more questions. So
I want to give the audience a little bit of stuff to look forward to. Okay, guys, I'm not going to show you anything, but I'm going to tell you some stuff. I got some notes here. All right, you ready? I got some notes. All right, let's see what's coming. Okay, you guys have been wanting this. We have coming. It's very close. We're just tweaking and improving the user experience. Recurring products, guys. Recurring. What does that mean? Residual income, baby. Okay?
That's right.
I don't know what else to say. Is recurring. You can do a shirt of the month club. You can do bundles. You can do these things where, oh my gosh, don't even get me started. So let me just hang on. Let me just. I got excited. Okay, let's say you're selling this thing. Let me show you. It's $1 million. $1 million, right?
Bill.
Yeah. Let's say you're selling these and you're like $1. Get a pack of 10. I don't know who. I think Alicia Little. Who gave this to us at GrooveCon? I forgot.
That was actually our dear friend Angie Norris.
Oh, Angie. Angie, shout out to Angie. Hope you're doing good.
Yeah.
Listen. So
look,
let's say
she's right here. She's actually right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, there she is. So you're her little brother, right? Is that what she calls you?
Yeah, she calls me a little brother. So she's my big sister.
Yeah, there you go. So listen, let's say I have a pack of 10 of these, right? And I'm giving them away for $1, right? And that's my what? What do we call that, guys, in marketing? What is that? Our trap, our tripwire. Right? That's our carrot. Like, come on, come on, little rabbit. Or that's our cheese, right? For the mouse. Okay, so imagine this. You got the recurring setup. It's ready. You're selling this. And you have a store all about people that love money. There's money hoodies, money shoes. Remember in one of our demos a while back, I showed you we made a pair of money shoes on the fly. So imagine my niche is just people that love money. Okay, and I got a 10-pack of these for $1. Hey, get it. So when they buy it, I'm going to show them an offer. Okay, I'm going to show them an offer for a brand new mystery shirt club for $19.95 free shipping. They save $8. They're going to get a mystery shirt related to money every month for $19.95. Save $8. Let's say 20% off. But only if they buy right now. Now I have a recurring subscription of customers, and I'm building up. Next thing you know, 20 customers, 100 customers, 300 customers paying $19.95. I'm making, let's just say I'm making, when it's over and done, just $6 profit after everything. Well, guess what? 600 times 500 is what? I don't know. $6 times 500 is 3,000 recurring income.
Right.
And it's gonna, when that subscription hits and it charges, boom, that order, make sure it's gonna be fulfilled. So you're not gonna have to manually do anything. So just think about that. That's coming. It's getting some love from our designers to make sure the UI, the UX, the user experience is nice for you. Okay. What else? We are constantly now, more than ever, focused on improving the speed of the platform when it comes to people visiting your site. That is something that our founders talked about. I talked about. Our developers are probably tired of hearing me talk about it. Our goal is to bring you fast loading pages, whether it's the home page, the product page, any page. We are constantly working on that. That's not a feature or anything. That's just something we're doing even more now, more than ever before. What else do we got? Okay, you can be excited about this. Nothing to show you yet, but imagine every single one of your customers, you empower them to become an instant affiliate for your store. Okay? That's coming. So we're going to let's just call that GrooveKart affiliate. Not GrooveSell, not anything part of the Groove ecosystem, but we're talking about when Mary Jones buys my cat swag, hoodie, on the thank you page, we're going to have maybe a button that says become an affiliate. And where else is she going to see that? When she goes to check her tracking as a customer, she'll log into her little account, the dashboard. There's going to be an area that says become an affiliate and things like that. She clicks it. She can become an affiliate for my cat swag and now share with her friends and family and earn 15% when people that she knows who love cats buys from her link. And now you're taking all that paid advertising and we're using the butterfly marketing concept of you're taking all these people coming into your funnel, and in this case, your store is your funnel. And next thing you know, let's say 10% become affiliates. Well, who doesn't like free traffic? I mean, that's the most powerful thing of the way I see that, because let's say for every dollar you spend in advertising, you're making, let's say, $1.50 back. And let's say you're netting, I don't know, let's just say your profit is 20% after your margin is 20%. That's the net. That's what you're making. So you're making 20 when you're spending paid ads. Well, what if you give away 15% to affiliates? Now you're giving them 15, and basically you're keeping more for yourself because, and I probably got tied up because I'm excited. You can make this affiliate program work in your favor to where you are actually more profitable when you have affiliates promoting your store, because guess what? It's just free traffic and
it's cheaper.
And it's cheaper, and you can set it so that you're always in profit. It's win-win. They get excited. They've never been an affiliate. These are people that are just random, everyday people.
Customers, yeah.
What was that? Joe the plumber type people, right?
Joe Plumbers.
It's just regular people that, oh my God, I can earn 15%. And oh my God, I have a freaking South Florida cat club. I don't know, that I could share this with. And next thing you know, Mary Jones makes, for the first time ever, $300 sharing it. Well, guess what? She sees that she earned money. She's going to keep sharing your stuff, and it's just free traffic for you.
Exactly. And think about the aspect of scalability. Once you start adding affiliates, once you start with 1, 2, 3, 4, once you have 500 affiliates pushing your store, that is 500 directions that people are going to find your store, your products, your brand will grow. And that's when you start thinking, holy cow, am I going to still be working on what I do on a daily basis, or I'm going to just focus on e-commerce full time? So those are the things that a lot of people in our case will look forward to. We already had the experience with stores with high volumes, with crazy products, and that had made us, and it's going to keep making us the money, and we want you guys to make the same.
That's
right. So, guys,
I got 2 more things.
You got 2 more things. Go, Frank.
We have improvement to the social proof pop up. So we're going to have some customization you can do. You have more control over the social proof. What else? And these are things that are coming like in the next, I'd say 10 days or less. And then we got improvements on discounts based on shipping. Okay. So those are some things to look forward to. I say the first thing you're going to be able to experience before anything, probably the social proof first, and then the recurring, and then the affiliate module. And when the affiliate module goes live, guys, if you're making sales through paid advertising, I would crank it up, because you're going to be able to capitalize on all those customers and have the opportunity to have them promote your store and get traffic from people you've never seen, have never seen your store, because they're reaching out to their circle of influence. All right, that's all I got.
Awesome. All right, Frank. So thank you for all that exciting updates that we're going to have, guys. So, and I think we're coming up to the hour and a half. So we have 10 more minutes. And I just want to touch on a couple of things that I usually do within the trainings, which is, guys, remember your why. Remember why you're starting your stores. Remember why you have the process. Enjoy the process. And one of the things that I do when I develop my stores is I don't think about money. And the reason why is because the moment you start thinking about how much money my store is going to make, that's what generates the frustration. That's what generates the anxiety. And that's what actually make you crash, because you're so worried about making money that you start driving fast, you start driving things in a different way and not in a very efficient way. So think about that, and always find your why. And I always recommend a book. I try to always make it interactive. And I'm going to give a big shout out to Mr. John Benson. I actually got this book. I don't know if you guys can see it.
I see it, yeah.
Open, click, and buy. He's actually one of our. He's pretty much part of the house now. He's part of the Groove community with Groove Copy Pro. This book you can get on Amazon. I don't have the link, unfortunately, but I'll definitely share it next week. It's called Open, Click, and Buy. This is in my 15-year career with e-commerce and digital marketing. This book has opened my eyes to a lot of different possibilities when it comes to email. And just by reading this book, it made me understand how the monkey consumer works. And monkey is not used in any demeaning way, guys. It's actually because we come from primates, we come from monkeys, and that's more scientifically proven than anything else. So he touches base on that in a very humorous way, but in a very effective way. And this is why I'm talking about separation, because he talks about the saturated markets, how stand out. So if you can, I'll definitely try to. I'm gonna see if I can get John to with Mike, because I think he's in California, if I'm correct. But his book is incredible. Try to read it. Try to get it, because he will show you how email, in conjunction with your offers, with your store, with your whole experience, will definitely bring something else to the table, and how to write certain things, how to express yourself, how to describe things in your store. It will definitely help you, because when we're starting the stores, we don't have the extra money to buy a copywriter or somebody that does the technical copy for a store or the product description. So you can do it yourself with very subtle tips. And in this book, he has 20 tips in a very humorous way. Actually, he touch bases in a lot of things. So it's a great book to have. And this is my monthly read. I have, for this year, one of my goals is read 3 to 5 books a month. This is my book number 2. The first book that I read was actually, I have it right here, The Silver Figure Roadmap from Josh Nelson. So it's a lot of information to take, but grab that information, because that's what you need when you're starting a new store. Try to consume as much information as you can, but from the right people. Don't let the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and the, oh my God, buy my core, because for some people it will work. I am not going to knock anybody down, but we do definitely need to do it for ourselves and find our why when we create our stores. So that's my piece of advice, guys, today. Thank you, Frank, again for allowing me to be here with you. As always, it's been a pleasure. And so, any closing comments right now is 5:25, guys. We try to make it an hour, but we always go 1 hour, hour and a half,
Yeah,
2 hours. So,
I'm going to touch base real quick, fire off some of these real quick. Somebody asked, are you able to use GrooveKart to sell books that he sells through Amazon Print on Demand? Let me tell you, we got a feature coming with the product setup, so you can do use GrooveKart to sell affiliate products. That's coming. Okay. It's coming this year. I don't know what quarter off the top of my head. I'm going to do a special video probably in the next third quarter. Okay.
I between that's why I said 3 or 4. So because it's an external product, we right now we are not focusing on external
Yeah,
products too
exactly.
much.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we maximize our partners. So that's
Yeah.
why it was kind of pushed down to towards the end of the year, because we believe that the more value that you can get from your efforts, it can be done with print on demand, maybe digital products, because you can sell digital products on GrooveKart as well. We will probably do a store for that in the future. So, but
Yeah.
great question.
Okay, and then Abdul said, "Is there a way to allow customers to customize their T-shirt design, provide their own text?" That's part of why
Yes.
we're working with Icon. A lot of you are asking when that's coming. We're already talking. We're already getting things done. It's just a matter of having the developers get together and look at the API documentation, and then a couple other minor things that are more what do you call it? Paper related. The fine print type stuff. Okay.
Exactly, the legalities. Because, guys, something that you have to realize is that as a platform, we want to give the opportunity to a lot of companies, but we're also being very selective because we don't want to bring things that are not going to bring value to our company and to you guys at the end of the day. So if we're going to bring, let's say we are rekindling conversations with China, and I saw somebody asking about China. So all that is being discussed again because we want to make sure that with the new updates are going to be very clear when in the discussions, but also very clear in the development. So everything functions the right way and
Yeah.
everything is working for you guys.
Alejandro, T-Launch. I can tell you today I spoke with our lead developer, and actually we're pushing T-Launch up because they have such good documentation. So kudos to Christopher Hamze, Hamze, I believe. I've known Christopher for a while when he first got started, and he's a good guy. T-Launch has been pushed a little bit forward because of the fact they're making it so easy for us to get integrated. So keep that in mind. Shine On. Anyone that does Shine On, uses Shine On, loves Shine On. I mentioned this the other day. Go post in the group saying, "I can't wait to see you guys integrated with GrooveKart." How about this?
Yes.
No, I'm not going to say one. I was going to give you a challenge, but no, I don't want to spam the group. So just listen. If you just commenting and things like that in there, and you use Shine on their side or Shopify side, and you want to see it, it's he's promised in January we were going to talk. He confirmed with me the week before the new year was up. I have a little surprise for him. Don't tell him. I got a surprise coming from from our app layer. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I have a surprise to get his attention. People like gifts. I got him a gift on behalf of GrooveKart and the Groove community. So those things. We hear you. We understand. We want more options. We get it. Listen, me and John Garcia, myself, we launch stores. We run campaigns. We mastermind. We got some stuff cooking for ourselves in the back when we're not doing Groove and part of the company. We have our own stuff going on. We get it. We understand. We want all this stuff just like you do. So,
And well, I saw another question slash comment. Let me see if I can. Let me just. Uh, I had to highlight this.
oh
Can I ruin a keyword by drilling all over it? Yes, I think you can. Uh,
yeah,
But
and
anyways, also Jackie mentioned something, and that was actually the question that I want to highlight. It for
what's
some
on
reason,
there?
I just Lulu. I know Donna Fox actually talked to us and with Frank, and it is coming. And again,
Yeah,
guys, remember, and this is crucial because we're taking the time to actually try to give you as much information as possible, but also we're gonna make sure that we give you the right information. And I think in that measure, we have to be really uh, keep calm and collected when it comes to expectations because these talks might take longer. Some companies might take longer to develop. Like some others, maybe we can surprise you and say, "Hey, China is done in 2 weeks." So it is all about making sure that you guys are leaving the process with us, and I think that's one of the important part here that we're working with you guys, and as I said earlier, we're growing with you guys because yes, your stores are going to be successful are actually in the process of being successful. And once you're there, you're gonna create a second one, and you're gonna bring people to actually, hey guys, join me in Groove and experience GrooveKart. And we speak GrooveKart like it was separate from the whole spectrum, but it is just because it's a little bit different from what other elements that we have in the Groove in the Groove environment, like the Groove funnels and the blogs and the other different processes. But it is the same house. It is the same thing. We have the same vices, the same problems, especially when it comes to development and when it comes to integrations. So let's manage those expectations properly, guys. Let's just have a little bit of patience with that, and you'll see that down the road we are going to make sure that this platform is as robust, if not better, which I know it will be, than our main competitors. So
Yeah. So with that being said, guys, I know we could be on here for another 3 hours, but
it's
we want to
5:30. You guys want to? You guys, Frank needs to go eat. I need to go deal with my two little ones. So, guys, and I know you guys have things to do. Keep working on your stores. Remember, always open. We have. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. We're gonna be now pushing more information for support area in groovehow.com. So
Yes.
if you have a question or if you have anything, just visit GrooveHow. I'm going to put the link right here in a second. It's actually called Groove How. It's actually Groove.how, not dot.
Groove.how, right? Yeah.
Yes, it's right here. So if you have any questions, GrooveKart is going to have an area there. So just make sure that you go visit that. And of course, you can always contact us at the support desk.
Yeah, and Groove House where everything's going to be. So when you have questions about whether it's Groove Cart, Groove Pages, Groove Video, go there. It's being updated almost daily
Daily.
by
Yes.
our team, pretty much daily. And you're going to go there to be able to find everything you need. And last resort, if you don't think you can find it there, just go to the YouTube channel, go to Groove.CM, and then go and search on the channel for whatever keyword you're looking for if you don't want to use GrooveHow. But that's Groove.how is where we're going to have everything related to every app in the community.
In the
So
community. Awesome.
I'd like to remind you, do not wait for these features to get going. You can start a store now and start making sales now. You don't have to wait on recurring. You don't have to wait on, no, you can do it now because we have many customers that are making sales already and making a full-time income with GrooveKart. So don't make this be something that you're waiting on. No, I understand features and making improvement, but don't make that be the reason why you don't get started. What if you already have an existing niche and audience that you already have 100, let's say you have 100,000 TikTok followers about making tortillas.
Yeah.
You should be selling the tortilla swag right now.
You can actually put your tortillas in auto shipping. So once we have that,
Yeah.
so your customers will get the tortillas every time. All right, guys. So one last question here. We need POD for stickers. Yeah, Printful
Well,
actually offers that.
Printful does stickers. Now, there's not much margin profit in there, but keep in mind when you sell a sticker, they charge you this. I believe Printful does the same thing. They don't charge you that much more for each sticker. So once they start adding 2 or 3 stickers, you start making some money. However, T-Scape has decals that are 3 by 4 inches, 4 by 3 inches. They only cost $1 to you, and they only cost $2.50 to mail it. So I've already reached out to T-Scape. He promised me by the end of the year that it'd be done. So I already reached out to him, I believe on Monday. I have to follow up again because once that's turned on, I'm going to do a training just on stickers because stickers get your foot in the door because it's such an easy sell. And then that helps you, the GrooveKart user, to make more money because then you upsell them the matching hoodie, the matching shirt. Because if it can go on a sticker, it'll look perfect on a shirt,
Anywhere.
a hoodie, anywhere. So with that being said, John Garcia, CBD, I don't think so.
Let me touch. The only reason why I actually highlighted is that we cannot. I mean, before we try to actually offer CBD products, the application as such, we can actually do the process for the sale. However, the biggest impediment right now is a merchant processing that actually allows the CBD products. I mean, you can put your products. I used to have a store that sells products with CBD products, but unfortunately, I had to move it out because we couldn't really get a connection with with a merchant that actually processes CBD. GroovePay, I know is trying still. I know it's in the conversation somewhere, but it's a big process. And the reason why is because the CBD environment and the whole CBD industry in the past year changed a lot. Not only the regulations, but in the way that it's promoted. I am big into that because I actually have a couple of stores, as I mentioned, and I am a member of this organization right here. It's called the MJ Biz, and I'm pretty well abreast on what is going on in that industry. So I would love to have more of my products on GrooveKart, but we know our limitations. We're gonna work on them. If in the future we can work out something with the actual merchant payment system, where we get approval for, because it's still considered high risk. So we will definitely let you know. Okay, Vincent. So appreciate that question. And now,
One
guys,
more,
yeah. Oh, go
one
for it.
more real quick. Store reviews. I think what I'd like to see us do is maybe a session. We'll see how it goes. Myself, John Garcia, maybe Damien, and we put
Yes.
somebody in the hot seat, whoever wants to volunteer their store, and only suggest your store if you know you're already done, and I would go as far as saying you already taking orders.
Yes.
So that we can put you on the spot, put you in the hot seat, and then live critique and give suggestions and on what you could do to improve the user experience, what you could do to make more money on the back end, all that stuff. I think John Garcia, myself, and Damien, we have a little bit of each our own perspective and our experience, and we can use that. And maybe somebody else, maybe we'll bring on somebody else. I can't promise that, but I think that'd be an exciting thing to do. And maybe
Yes.
we do typically the trainings on Tuesday. Maybe we could pick a day, another day, maybe a Sunday. I don't know. Maybe a Sunday, maybe a Monday. I don't know. We'd have to look at the calendar. But I like that idea where we could have somebody volunteer their store. They're making sales, and we put you in the e-com hot seat, and everyone learns because they're like, "Oh, I never thought about that." And then you don't have to. It's like we're doing your store at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're learning through experience. And remember that there's a lot of us that are learning by seeing others succeed. Because remember, guys, we always have to listen to the people that are doing better than us, not the people that are just not doing as better as us. Because I got a lot of people that tell me, "Yeah, my story is there, but it's not selling." Oh, because it's just my wife told me that it will not work, or my sister. No, forget that. Forget all that. Keep going, okay? So, guys, have a great day. It's 5:37. Frank, Mr. Salinas, I'll see you tomorrow at the office. You have a
All
great
right,
day.
guys. GrooveZilla says, thank you for attending. We appreciate you.
Right, have
We'll see you on the next one. Next training will be on Tuesday.
on Tuesday, 4 p.m.
Today was just a unique thing for this week. So we'll be back at it 4 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. With that being said, if you haven't upgraded, sorry for that loud noise. If you haven't upgraded yet, you better hurry because the time's coming where the window of opportunity is closing for good, forever, and it will be monthly. And let me tell you something. If you get started in e-commerce, you're going to want to have more than 3 stores because once you get one going, you're going to want to do another one as a test. And then you're going to want to do another one for whatever reason. And being upgraded is the best way to ensure that you have enough resources at your fingertips to, pull the trigger when it comes to e-commerce. So with that being said, thank you guys.
Have a good
We'll
one,
see you on
guys.
the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.